All right, welcome back. We got a crypto market update. Now, we've got some blood in the streets here for the regular markets, but especially the crypto markets. So Bitcoin on the week down 15%, Ethereum down 15%, and any and all altcoins are in the red as well. And then when we zoom out to the monthly chart, Bitcoin down 22%, Ethereum down 28%, Solana down 31%, and it's just red all over the place. Now, I wish I had a piece of news or a reason why things were dumping. The only reason I can give you is the market is in risk off mode. Liquidity is tight. People need money. You can easily sell Bitcoin and go pay your car note. You could easily sell Bitcoin, go pay your margin call. You could easily sell Bitcoin and go buy your Christmas presents. So it is a super liquid asset that could easily be turned into cash and then used for whatever people need funds for. So we are in a nasty drawdown. Don't really have a reason for it. Can't tell you when it's going to stop, if it's going to stop. But what I can tell you is long term, nothing has changed on the story of Bitcoin. Chart still looks good long term. Sure, if you zoom in and hyper focus on the short term, a 30% drawdown feels terrible. But if you have conviction in the name, you understand Bitcoin and what it is and why you own it. You don't own it just for price goes up. You own it because you understand the debasement of currency and the 21 million finite amount of Bitcoin and the potential for it to be the digital gold down the road. You don't worry about these big drops. So the big fear that you're seeing all over Twitter is that we are in a phase like right here back in 2017. We had our pump. We're going to have a massive drawdown and then 2 to 3 years of just sideways chop before we make our next leg up. Same thing in 2021. Huge pump, huge pullback, huge pump, huge pullback, long bear market, brutal, terrible, scary. But back in 2021, this is when we had the Federal Reserve hiking interest rates at the highest pace they've ever raised. We also had the collapse of FTX and multiple other exchanges, which caused mass liquidations. We had mass fraud in the crypto market, which caused Bitcoin to go from 80,000 down to 15,000. We don't have any of that right now. What we have is people taking profit and people looking for liquidity and having some dry powder on the sideline to go pay their bills or buy whatever favorite asset they want to buy. That is what's happening right now, as well as liquidity being tight from the government shutdown. Now that the government's reopened, hopefully we can get the rates to come down, business to resume as normal. We've got the stimulus checks, I hate to say it, potential of stimulus checks coming next year. We've got the tax cuts that are going to be in effect in January. So there's still good headwinds for Bitcoin. And as well as we had a ton of run up from the election, the regulatory changes, the new SEC, a lot more friendly regulatory policies for crypto in general, the Bitcoin ETFs, the Solana ETFs, Ethereum ETFs. There's been a lot of good catalysts. So the market is kind of looking for that next leg of catalysts, but I definitely don't see a huge wave of big negative catalysts like what we've had at recent tops, like in the 2021 where interest rates were just skyrocketing and exchanges were collapsing. Knock on wood, we don't have that yet. Now that could be the catalyst to really blow this bull market up and shoot us way down, but we don't have that just yet. So if MicroStrategy goes belly up, yeah, that could be a big catalyst to drop us under 50K if that happens, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. As far as a bounce, hoping we can get a bounce, but we have not seen any meaningful bounce these last few weeks. And if we don't hold this $80,000 level, unfortunate, but I think we are heading into this green box around 65K. That's what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. This is not financial advice. Read the disclaimer, do your own research. I am slowly dollar cost averaging about every $5,000 to $10,000 that Bitcoin drops, trying to space out my buys. and I have been buying a little bit of the IBIT ETF. Anything else, not really doing a whole lot. I don't trade any of the altcoins. I barely even look at them anymore, because what's the point? These charts are just terrible, just bleeding out. So I'm focusing on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, but I'm only buying Bitcoin right now. So Solana also getting hammered. No news. There's no news here other than people are selling whatever they can get their hands on. Solana, same thing here. Solana actually, to me, looks like it's holding up a little bit better than even Bitcoin. Bitcoin just straight waterfall down. So maybe the sellers are tapped out. The people that were going to sell or forced to sell have already sold some of these altcoins, but really just want to talk about Bitcoin and general here. So to get you through these tough times, remember why you own Bitcoin. Do you just own it because you think price is going up? That's a valid reason, but you need to also understand why you think the price is going up. So when the price is going down, you have to remember your conviction, why you own something. Why you own something like Bitcoin is you own Bitcoin because it is only a $1.6 trillion asset. That is the 8th largest asset in the world. That's smaller than Amazon, silver, Microsoft, Google, Apple, Nvidia, and gold. So if you think that Bitcoin could potentially be the digital store of value, similar to how gold is a physical store of value, Bitcoin's only 1.6 trillion, gold is 28 trillion. That's a huge discrepancy. So my thesis with Bitcoin is they're going to continue to debase the currency. There's going to be more dollars floating around in the world. Those dollars find their way into assets, and people are going to look to Bitcoin as a digital store of value for these excess dollars that they have. More and more people will continue to buy Bitcoin, and they will also look to silver and gold, but I think that demographic is getting older, and the younger demographic is going to put their funds into something like Bitcoin and less into the metals, and we will see that gap start to compress. They will still both move up. So my thesis is that we could easily see a $50 trillion gold market, but we could also see a $10 trillion Bitcoin market. That is the thesis here. Bitcoin at $1.6 trillion, again, not financial advice, but to me, that seems cheap. That seems like a low number. 10 years from now, I don't think we're going to see $1.6 trillion Bitcoin. I think it'll be much, much higher. To me, it also makes sense for Bitcoin to be worth more than the world's largest company, just like gold is, 6x more than any company in the world. So that is what we're looking at: is will Bitcoin hold up to be a digital form of value, and will its adoption rate continue to grow, especially with the younger demographic? So that is the conviction that I have. When I pulled this chart up and saw $1.6 trillion Bitcoin, I thought, man, this is dirt cheap, and I have no problem getting filled on orders when the market is crashing. Yeah, it doesn't feel good, but I'm playing the Bitcoin game for the long term. So I don't get too worried about these short-term drops, because we've seen it in the past where Bitcoin will make a big move. People will feel FOMO. They watched it at 50 and 60, and it goes up to 110. I should have bought. And then it pulls back to 75. I'm not buying. It's going to keep going lower. Then Bitcoin rips up to 125. Oh man, I should have bought. Well, here we are. We're at 85K. I'm sure the people that didn't buy are going to say, I'll buy it when it gets to 50K or 10K or 1K or whatever. And then if Bitcoin makes its move back up, oh man, I should have bought. So those people are buying for the wrong reasons, and it's going to be impossible to time the market perfectly for something like Bitcoin. So other than that, not a whole lot of news here. Just wanted to give everyone an update. The world is not ending for Bitcoin. Sure, if you hold some of these altcoins, you're getting crushed. But if you're holding some crappy stocks, you're getting crushed too. But if you're holding blue chips like Google and Apple and Meta and Amazon, maybe not Meta, you're doing okay. But if you're holding some of these speculative stocks, you're getting crushed. It's the same thing in the crypto market. Focus on the blue chips. Focus on the leaders and the ones that are going to be around for the next 5-10 years, not the ones that might pump in the next 5-10 days. So that is all I got for you guys for this crypto market update. Again, read the disclaimer down below. Don't use leverage on this stuff. Have your Bitcoin on a cold storage wallet and learn about it. Have conviction in it. That's all I got to say. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Peace out.